What's going on, everybody? My name is Ryan. We're back with another dividend investing video here on M1 Finance. Just like my last video, I went over my consumer pie. Well, in this one, I'm going to be going over my real estate pie. My current value of my account is $6,214.22. We're up 5.91% so far. And let's scroll down to our pies. Down here in healthcare and telecom, but for this video, we'll be talking about real estate, and I'm currently up 6.81%, or just about $61. So as we jump into it, we got $952.54 invested into this pie. And scroll down and check out these companies. We've got Stag Industrial. Currently own 12.57 shares for an average share price of $26.32. Jumping back. APLE Apple Hospitality REIT. I own 20 shares for a total of $15.65. It's currently trading at $9.66, so I'm down quite a bit in this position. If you actually read into this on Seeking Alpha or any other dividend sites, you'll see that Apple Hospitality REIT actually suspended their dividend. They've been pretty good to me. I've collected a pretty good amount of dividends in my Robinhood account prior to moving it over here. So I don't plan on getting rid of them just yet, but I also don't want to be putting a ton of money back into them since they are currently not paying out a dividend. DEA, Easterly Government Properties. I own 7.73 shares for an average price of $17.55, and it's currently trading at $23.12. Realty Income Corp. This is like the #1 real estate investment trust that most dividend investors own. Everybody seems to really love it, and I do too. I obviously don't have a ton of money into it, but it's currently trading at $59.50. I own 1.79 shares for an average share price of $57.67. We'll get into like dividend payments and all that stuff after I get through all of these. AGNC. AGNC, I currently own 3.23 shares for a price of $13.15, and it's trading at $12.90 as of today. WP Carey. WP Carey own half a share for an average share price of $64.74, and it's trading at $67.65. Getting back, last but not least, Public Storage. I only own 0.15 of a share for an average price of $200.76. Only cost me $31. Obviously, I don't have an entire share, but it's currently trading at $191.89. So if we jump back to the real estate pie, looking at these companies, there's a few different things that you can check out with them. So like if I click on Stag Industrial, right? Stag owned 12.57 shares, 26.32. We kind of already covered this. It's got a 5.36% dividend yield. So if I jump over to Seeking Alpha and I search Stag, wait for it, and Stag Industrial comes up. So you can pull up a summary of the company here, look at the price. Obviously, it's going to tank around March, April timeframe because of the whole COVID thing. But if you scroll down, you can get a summary of it or company profile. It's a real estate investment trust focused on the acquisition, ownership, and operation of single-tenant industrial properties throughout the United States. As of December 31st, 2019, company's portfolio consists of 450 buildings in 38 states with approximately 91.4 million rentable square feet. So if we click here to dividends, we can check out the dividend scorecard. So Stag Industrial is currently paying a 4.9% dividend yield. Its annual payout is $1.44. So this means that if you buy one share of Stag Industrial, you'll receive $1.44 every year for owning that. Obviously, if the dividend stays how it is. It's currently got a 78.29% payout ratio, which means that the company is paying out 78.29% of its profits. So obviously, if you have these companies that are above 100%, it means that they're paying out more than what they're earning. So that's something you need to take into account, and you need to, if you're going to buy a company like that, you need to make sure that it's a solid company that may just be going through a rough patch. Um, but over the long term, a company paying over 100% payout ratio is just not sustainable, because more than likely the company is just taking on debt to cover up their dividend payments. Dividend growth rate 2.08%, and they've been growing their dividend consecutively for 8 years. So with Stag, one share will pay you 12 cents every month. So as long as you own one share of it, you'll collect 12 cents every month. So what all of these mean, the declared date, the company says, hey, we're going to pay a 12-cent dividend. The ex-dividend date is when you pass through this time, is when the company says, okay, whoever owned this stock, whoever owns shares in our company at this date will be paid the dividend. So you could technically buy it on the 28th, own it on the 29th, sell it on the 30th, and collect the dividend payment on July 15th. Now, I wouldn't necessarily do that just because I would like to continue reinvesting my dividends and growing my position in this company. So I'm not really into that, but that is something that's possible. The record date is basically the company just marking down who's getting paid what, and the payout date 7/15/2020. Obviously, it's every month. So 7/15, 8/15, 9/15, 10/15. All of those days, most likely, are going to be on the same day every month. You'll collect this dividend amount until Stag decides to increase their dividend or decrease it if they're going through a rough patch, but I don't see that coming up. This company has done really well even throughout the whole pandemic situation, so I don't see that being an issue. So anyway, I own this company through this date. Obviously, the record date is today. Ex-dividend date was yesterday. But I own this company, and I owned 12.57 shares. So 12.57 shares times 12 cents is $1.51. So on July 15th, I'll be receiving a check from Stag Industrial for $1.51. So I did this actually before I started this video through all of my holdings in this pie. So I went through and I did the math for all of these. Some of them are quarterly, most of them are monthly. I think there's only a few that are quarterly. So WP Carey is quarterly and Public Storage is quarterly. Also DEA is quarterly, but the rest of these all pay me monthly. So we'll go through all of these. Stag Industrial, obviously I just said, will pay me $1.51 on the 15th. APLE has suspended their dividend. So what does that mean for me? Let me check this out. Go to dividend scorecard. 5-year growth rate, none. Dividend growth, none. Payout date, all of this is from months ago, and it's a monthly dividend payer. So I was like, what? Summary. Let's go back down. Actually, correction. Let's go to dividends. Dividend news. Apple Hospitality takes measures to preserve cash amid COVID-19 pandemic. Apple Hospitality suspends its monthly distributions effective immediately, postpones all non-essential capital improvement projects, and recently drawn down on its credit facility as it preserves cash to deal with the effects of the coronavirus outbreak on its business. So this is just the company trying to protect itself when it may be struggling a little bit. And it totally makes sense. If you come back and you read the company profile of this, is a publicly traded real estate investment trust that owns one of the largest and most diverse portfolios of upscale, room-focused hotels in the United States. Apple Hospitality's portfolio consists of 233 hotels with more than 29,700 guest rooms located in 87 markets throughout 34 states. Concentrated with industry-leading brands, the company portfolio consists of 104 Marriott-branded hotels, 126 Hilton-branded hotels, 1 Hyatt-branded hotel, and 2 independent hotels. And it goes on. So it makes sense when the company's taking a hit if it's obviously it's hospitality-based REIT, and so it's based on hotels and resorts, as you can see here, hotel and resort REITs. So with everything being closed down, the company's going to be struggling to bring in more revenue. So it makes sense for them to suspend their dividend just to stay afloat during this crisis. Anyway, uh, I do own 20 shares of this company, and the dividend payout that it was giving me was 10 cents per share. So I was receiving $2 every month from this company, but since they suspended their dividend, I'm not receiving anything. So as you can see with APLE, I should have been receiving $2, and with Stag I'll be receiving $1.51. So moving on to DEA. DEA is a quarterly dividend payer. I actually just received a payment from them. It was for $2.02 for the shares that I owned. So I won't be receiving one for another 3 months. This pays every quarterly, so come September, I should be receiving another payment from DEA. But as for this month, I will not be receiving a payment from them. Then we go to O, Realty Income Corp. Again, 23 cents per share. And we jump back. How many shares of this do I own? 1.79. So that gives me a total payout for this month on the 15th of of 41 cents. So I'll be receiving $1.51 from Stag Industrial and 41 cents from O. So the next company, AG&C. AG&C, I currently own 3.23 shares. Oops. AG&C declares 12-cent dividend. Dividends. Dividend scorecard. Pays 12 cents per share monthly. So as you can see, their growth, they have actually reduced their dividend, and the growth is paying for that. Currently, their dividend yield is pretty high. Normally, we don't like to see that, but with this payout ratio, I think it's sustainable, at least for now. And then they'll be able to make the proper adjustments. So with the shares that I own for this company, I'll be receiving, let's see, AG&C, 3.23 shares, 3.23 times, let's see here, 3.23 times, actually let's just jump back to this, times, 12, and I'll be receiving 38 cents from them. So $1.51 from Stag, 41 cents from O, and 38 cents from AG&C. Again, we'll jump to WP Carey. Let's reload up here. This one's paying out $1.42 quarterly. We just passed through the ex-dividend date yesterday. Payout on the 15th. With my shares for this, I'll be receiving 52 cents for a dividend as I own half a share. So 52 cents from WP Carey, 38 cents from AG&C, 41 cents from O, and $1.51 from Stag Industrial. So last but not least, Public Storage. Jump into this one real quick to kind of wrap up the video here. Payout amount is $2. So every share that you own of this, you'll get $2 every quarter. Payout date is today. Ex-dividend date was the 12th. So today I should be receiving a check from Public Storage for 30 cents based on the 0.15 shares that I own. So as you can see, I'm collecting dividends from all of these companies here. Obviously not APLE and the other companies that pay quarterly. But if I add all of these up, I'm using the calculator on my phone, just give me a second. $1.51 from Stag, 41 from O, 38 from AG&C, 0.41 plus 0.38 plus 0.52. Okay, so public storage, if I get paid today, it'll count towards June dividends, so I'm not going to count that in this. But just based on this amount here and the companies that are supposed to be paying me out in July, I'll be receiving $2.82 from them. And so those are monthly paying ones. So I should be receiving that every year, or sorry, every month from these companies. So not counting the quarterly payers. So only counting Stag, Realty Income, AG&C. Actually, yeah, I'm receiving payments from these. So counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 of the 7 companies that I hold in here, I receive almost $34 a year just from the holdings that I have in these. Obviously, I only have $41 here and $33 and $29, so it's not a whole lot, but it's pretty good for an annualized payout. And then obviously, all of my numbers, my target allocations and actual allocations are pretty skewed. Just like in my other videos I talked about, we're waiting for everything to even out as the more money that I put in. So annually from that alone, not counting the other two, just based on my projected July dividends, I should be receiving $33.84 from them, which is actually like really exciting news. I'm pretty pumped about that, and I want to see that continue to grow. If you watch my other videos, you'll see that I discuss June dividends and where I'm at with that and how I track those. So I recommend you guys go look at that. So here, as you can see, I think my last video that I talked about was just after this dividend here. So I received 2 more that are already in the activities here. DEA paid me $201, Bank of America paid me $228. So those are going to continue to pile in. Today is the last day for June, and then we'll wait for my statement from M1 Finance on my dividends so that I can update my tracker. If you're curious about that tracker, then go ahead and check out my other video on the account that is discussing how I track my dividends. So with that, I'm going to end the video here on my real estate pie. If you want to see more, you want to see what's in these other pies, then definitely subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on this video and comment what you'd like to see or what you're doing in your account. Tell me what companies you own and kind of what you're looking at so that I know kind of if we're on the same page, or maybe we can get some ideas from each other and work together to improve our investing. So anyway, I'll end the video here, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.